So, what did I get made in March? Well, I'm wearing one of them, and that's a bit of a giveaway as to who won the poll, or what won the poll from my last video. So stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. Hello, my name is Claire and I am the Singing Sewist. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome aboard. I'll be chatting about everything I've made in March, which actually isn't that much. Didn't get a lot of sewing done in March because I was quite busy. I had Plymouth Frocktails one weekend. I had my daughter down staying for a week because it was her birthday. I had Stitch Festival in London, and yeah, just a lot on. And it's also, my job involves finance and it's year end, so I'm a little bit up to my eyeballs in that. But I did get a few things made, so let's run through them. First thing I made at the beginning of March was a present for my husband for his birthday, because it was his birthday as well. A lot of birthdays in our family in March. And for that, me and Sophie had gone halves on a Lego set that he wanted, but I also thought I wanted to make him something to go with it, and I made a couple of pouches. I made a little Boxy pouch, which was a free pattern I found online. I can't actually tell you where it was from or what it was, but there are lots of tutorials and things for Boxy pouches that you can find online. And I made it using the brown mock croc fake faux leather fabric that came in the Studio 77 box. I think not the last one, the one before, maybe the one just before Christmas, the November box. And that's the fabric that I topped up at the Stitch Festival, if you saw my video last week from that. Yeah, so I'll pop some pictures in here. I will get used to this at some point, but yeah, I think in here I'll pop some pictures of the finished makes. And as you can see, just the little Boxy one, I just thought that would be useful for popping phone chargers and little bits and bobs in. So the reason I've made him both of these is he's got to have a stay in hospital in a couple of weeks' time. So I thought a wash bag and a little bag for electricals would be a handy thing to have. So that was the first one. And then I also made the Plover pouch by Noodlehead, which I've seen a lot of people make, and actually it's a really good pattern. I think I made did I make the medium one? I think I went for the medium one, which came out pretty big and be plenty big enough for everything he might need to put in it. And again, that was a mixture of the, I didn't have quite enough of the mock croc faux leather to do the whole outer in that, but what I did was the bit around the base and the strip along by the zip was in the brown, and then the sides were in the kind of coated twill fabric that we had in the box before last. I can't remember which box, one of the Studio 77 boxes anyway, the one that had the blue hardware with it. So yeah, I made the sides in that, and because it's fairly stiff anyway, I just kind of stiffened it with some iron-on foam, what do they call it? Yeah, just the foam fusible fleece, I think that's what it's called. I stiffened it with that, and that was plenty stiff enough, and with the leather kind of base and zipper pull bit, it was pretty substantial. And then I lined it with the blue flowery coated fabric as well, because I thought that would be waterproof then, so you can put all your waterproof things in, your waterproof things, your toiletries and things inside, and it would be wipe clean. So anyway, yeah, so I made the two together I thought they looked great. He opened them and said, "Why have you given me a handbag?" So whether he uses them or not is anyone's guess. But it was the thought that counts. So that was the first couple of items I made. Moving on then, so I've got my notebook down here, which is why I keep looking down. Next up, I made a second garment from the So Obsessed subscription box from the Fabric Obsession, which the fabric this month was quilted, or last month rather, was a quilted fabric, stretch fabric in black. And I'd already made the Marlowe cardigan in February, which I included in my February makes, but I still had quite a bit of it left over, so I decided to make myself an LB pullover with what was left. There's still a little bit left, in fact, so it was very generous. We had a lot of fabric, I think because it was quite wide as well. So yeah, I made the LB pullover by Paper Theory Patterns. I just used, it doesn't have cuffs on it, so I didn't need ribbing for that. So in fact, I didn't need any ribbing because I went for the big collar, which stands up nicely in that quilted jersey, actually. And yeah, it's just a nice sort of loose, boxy fit, and it's just really warm and snuggly. It's a little bit like wearing a duvet. So yeah, it's just, I don't wear it that much. I do wear it for work occasionally, but I don't tend to wear black that much outside of work. But it's a really useful colour to have to go, the Marlowe cardigan in particular is really useful to have to go over things. And I will wear the LB pullover for work, I think, on chilly days in the office. But yeah, I've only worn it a couple of times since I made it, but we're hopefully getting into spring now. There is, in fact, some blue sky and sunshine outside my window, which is marvellous. I've been out at a wedding this afternoon, singing with the choir, and it was really lovely that today, the day of the wedding, is blue skies and sunshine. Bit chilly, but still sunny, because I think yesterday was a bit rubbish, and I think tomorrow's supposed to be a bit rubbish as well. So they were very lucky with the weather. So yeah, that was my LB pullover. Next thing I made was something for Sophie for her birthday. So I'd made her a pair of brown cord trousers years ago now, and she wore them a lot, and so much so, in fact, that they were falling to pieces. So I tried to replace them with the brown denim Rowan trousers that turned out to be a bit of a disaster because they didn't fit. And I then subsequently reused the fabric for the bag for her. But I still wanted to replace these trousers, and given that we're moving into spring now, I didn't want to go for a brown again because she would wear them, but I wanted to give her something a bit more spring-like. So I found a gorgeously soft green cord in Exeter Fabric Centre, and made her a pair of the same style of trousers as I've made before. But I reprinted the pattern because I couldn't find the original pattern I printed. And I think I printed it out in a bigger size because they're kind of falling off her. However, having said that, I think because of the style of them, because they're a bit sort of, is it Baker Boy style? No, that's hats, isn't it? Sort of the 1940s kind of baggy trouser style. That's the style of them. So I think if she wears them with a belt, they'll be absolutely fine. And they're really snuggly, soft cord. So hopefully she will get somewhere out of them. The pattern I used, it's the Jackie trousers by Hand London. I think that's the only by Hand London pattern I've ever made, is these Jackie trousers. And yeah, I do really like the pattern. It came together really nicely. But like I said, I printed out the wrong size, I think. I think because it's in UK and US sizes, I think I went for, I sized up by about 2 sizes. Anywho, she can still wear them, hopefully, with a belt. It'll be fine. It's all fine. And if not, I can always take them in. It's much easier to take trousers in than it is to add fabric into them. So yeah, we should be able to rescue them, hopefully. So yeah, that was my Jackie trousers for Sophie. And then the only other thing I've made in March is what I'm wearing. So let's pop my notebook down and I'll tell you about this. So my video week before last, I think it was my Sew Yellow for Endo video. In case you've not come across the challenge before, it's an Instagram challenge that's run by Jess of Sew What If I Sew. And it's to raise money and awareness of endometriosis and money for research into better ways of diagnosing it and some kind of cure, because at the minute there is no cure for it. It's just treatment, and even the treatment is fairly hit or miss. So she's run it, I think this is the 5th year of it being run on Instagram, and she's very close to her 10k target. Fingers crossed she manages to make it by the end of tomorrow, because tomorrow today, as you watch this video, on the Sunday, the 29th of March, is the Sew Yellow for Endo party. I won't be going to that. It's a long way for me to get there, and I've got a lot on this weekend, so I just couldn't work it. But I hope everybody who does go has a lovely time, and lots of money is raised for the charity. I know there's a couple of pop-up fabric shops there, the Fabric Obsession, and another shop that I can't remember the name of, but that's local to Jess. So yeah, it should be a good do for anybody who is going. But as part of the challenge, as well as donating some money to the Just Giving page, which if you haven't done it yet, don't forget, do your donations. Yeah, it's to make something yellow. So I made something yellow. And my video 2 weeks ago was about me trying to find a yellow fabric that didn't like totally wash me out and make me look like a Victorian ghost, which I think I've managed to achieve, because I think this looks great on me. I don't know what you think, but I'm really enjoying wearing it. So the winning, I'm just gonna have a slab of tea a minute. The winning fabric in the poll, so it's a combination of the poll I put on YouTube and comments on YouTube and Instagram. And the winner, which was actually my favourite anyway, so good choice, people, good choice, is pineapples. Now, if anybody has watched the Fabric Obsessions live, Friday live this week, there was a little bit of a discussion about the dangers of wearing pineapples and wearing them upside down. So I'm waiting to see if I get any kind of funny looks when I wear this, but the pineapples are all over the place, upside down, on their side, right way up. So who knows? But I really like the colour of it. So I would call this yellow sort of a pineapple yellow as well. I think the actual colour is pineapple-y, and all the pineapples in white. Because there's quite a lot of it, it breaks up the yellow quite nicely. So I think it actually works really well. And what I'm thinking is I'll wear it in the summer with some nice white linen trousers, which I have fabric for sitting here, which I bought at the Stitch Festival from Stitch Fabrics. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making up some of those. Plus, Alison, so like Dottie, gave me an amazing tip that apparently Marks and Spencer's do culotte slips, I think that's what they call it, which is like under trousers that you can wear under your trousers that stop them being see-through. Who knew that was a thing? So I may well be getting myself a pair of those, because even though this white linen is a bit thicker than the one I've had before, it's still a little bit see-through. So if you were wearing black pants, you'd see those. So yeah, I may well be investing in a pair of culotte slip. However you say that. So thank you for that tip, Alison. Genius. But yeah, I'm picturing it with a pair of white trousers is what I'm thinking, because of the amount of white in it, and it's just such a summery colour, this yellow, isn't it? So the fabric is a cotton sateen from Rainbow Fabrics. It had quite a bit of stretch in it, which I wasn't anticipating, but it's not a bad thing. I think it works all right with this style, because it's kind of close fitted around the top. That little bit of stretch just gives it a bit more ease. I think I did slightly stretch out the neckline, which I always seem to do on this pattern, and I don't know why. I think it's because it's bias binding, and I'm not great at applying bias binding, but it's fine. It's good enough. It's good enough. I will attempt to stand up and show you the top, because as you will see, because it's quite thick, this fabric, and has quite a bit of structure to it, it does sort of stick out quite a bit. But I don't mind that. I thought I would mind it, but I don't. And I think it's because when I'm wearing it in the summer, the fact it sticks out means I get a nice bit of airflow, and I think it will keep me nice and cool. And I do particularly like the way the sleeves poof with this fabric. And that was one of the reasons my friend Tracy, whose daughter was the one getting married today, the wedding that we were singing at, she said she'd like to see me try this top in this fabric because of how the sleeves would sit. And she was right. They are nice and poofy, and I really like them. So yeah, I am very happy with this top. I think I'm a convert to yellow. I think I'm going to make up my other two yellow fabrics as well fairly soon. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. That is pretty much that. So next week's video, I'm planning on doing a little kind of check-in on my Make 9 and where I've got to, because we're at the end of the first quarter of the year. Can you believe a quarter of the year has gone already? So I thought it would be a good point to have a look back at where I am with my Make 9, what plans I've got coming up for the next couple of months, because we're getting properly into spring now, into April and May. Hopefully some sunny days ahead, some warmer days ahead. So even though it's sunny today, it's very cold. Yeah, spring will hopefully have sprung. So that's what the plan is for next week. And yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed so the weather improves. I hope you're all well and you're all enjoying a lovely bit of sewing, and I will speak to you again very soon. Take care. Goodbye.